Hi, Joe Freeman, Mike Richman of the Oregonian in OregonLive, coming to you live from the Moda Center, where the Blazers fans who are hoping for the beginning of a tank job are going to be severely disappointed. On a night they beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 114-109. They climbed from 11th place to 9th place in the Western Conference standings and are now just 2.5 games back of the Denver Nuggets for the 8th and final playoff spot. In a game that was broadcast nationally on TNT, national audience got everything that they paid for, which was, I guess, just their cable package.
Yeah, it's a normal price.
Right. Entertaining game from start to finish. A weird game that featured technicals and incredible play, and Russell Westbrook going crazy, and a return to form game from Dame, who's been great after the All-Star break, and by far the best game of his Blazers career for Jusuf Nurkic, who was incredible all over the court. He finished with 18 points, 12 rebounds, a second double-double with the Blazers, but he also had a career-high 6 assists, career-high tying 5 blocks, and 2 steals. Dude was everywhere, pumping up the crowd, getting second chance points for the Blazers, tossing beautiful passes in the key, outside the key, cross court. Really was a difference maker. And what I'm starting to see out of him right now is, at the time the Blazers desperately needed it, he is giving them an important adrenaline boost, if you will.
Yeah.
A team that was headed nowhere is suddenly getting a lift from a guy who, I believe, guaranteed a playoff berth after the game.
He said, I know we'll make it. I know we'll make it. I don't know if he knows that, but he's certainly hopeful.
He's very optimistic. And it kind of coincided, his big night did, with the, well, I guess it's a day after the news that Ed Davis has played his last game with the Blazers this season. He will have season-ending surgery on his left shoulder on Tuesday. He doesn't know exactly how long he'll be gone. He said he will be back by the start of next season, however, but he definitely will not play again this season. I believe he called it a pretty low point in his year, and for what has been a pretty disappointing Blazers season, Ed Davis kind of epitomizes that in a lot of ways. He's been not quite the player he was in any aspect as last year, but I think a lot of that maybe is attributed to that shoulder injury. But anyway, on a night that the Blazers lost a big, or said goodbye temporarily 2-1, they emphatically said hello to Jusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, Nurkic was ridiculous, almost
Yeah.
like this cough. The 2-point guards really were the show tonight. Russell Westbrook was a force of nature. It's who he is. He was just kind of an inefficient force of nature. 45 points on 12 of 36, and 2 of 11 in the fourth quarter, where the Thunder almost pulled away, up 7 with 6 minutes left before the Blazers put together a 16-0 run to take a 9-point lead with 1:37 left, and then for a just ridiculous hold on to your butts type of last 90 seconds where the Blazers darn near gave it away. Damian Lillard got a shot blocked. They gave up an and-one layup to Russell Westbrook. They then had a ridiculous turnover that led to a 3-pointer from Alex Abrinas. And then all of a sudden you're staring at a 3-point game with 10 seconds left, and the Thunder have the ball, and Russell Westbrook has a wide-open 3-pointer that would have forced overtime. Lucky for Blazer fans, but not the fans of tanking. He missed it. And Blazers hold on. Damian Lillard was great. Like Joe said, looks a lot like Damian Lillard that sort of people expected this season. That his injury that he was dealing with all through the January and February seems to have at least subsided a little bit. All-Star break seems to have done him well. Since the All-Star break, he's averaging 32 points, shooting above 40% from 3, and you can just watch him. He looks like a different player.
He was explosive tonight. Had circus shots, great passes. Really looked like the Dame we've come to expect.
Yeah, and I mean, this is what the Blazers need him. They need him to be sort of the guy who can go toe-to-toe with Russell Westbrook, and that's what he looks like tonight. Al-Farouq Aminu, huge fourth quarter, 2 dunks, a layup that almost was an and-one to tie the game when they were coming back. And the Blazers, they're not perfect, as you saw from that last 90 seconds where they almost copped up a 9-point lead in only a way that they possibly can. But they are at least closer to what a team that can play with anybody every night, and we saw it again tonight.
Yeah, they have this very unique way of just when you count them out, they tug you back in and give you a little nibble of hope. That perhaps hope continues on Saturday when they face the Brooklyn Nets to end a brief 2-game homestand. We'll talk to you after that game.